Welcome back. Welcome back. This is day 8 of Advent of Code. This is my progress so far. I skipped 7 because 7's a little bit more complicated, in my opinion. And I don't want to think too much about it. So I moved on to 8 and I solved 8. We're looking at a grid structures where each number represents the height of a tree. And we want to see how many trees are visible if you're looking at it from the outside edge. So each tree represents a height. We only care about the same row or column. They give us some examples here. So 5 is only visible from the top and the left because 0 and 2 are less than 5. The other interesting example was 3. Since it's like right in the middle of the grid, we have to check the immediate, like top, and like the immediate right. But let's say this was 1. Then we check the edge. And if that was 5, then it wouldn't be true. So 3 wouldn't be visible from the outside edge. Using this example, it says that there are a total of 21 trees visible. All the edge trees are visible from the edge. So that counts as 1. But yeah, let's move on to the code. Change to sample. I think this one was pretty straightforward. I mean, it's just a matter of checking each direction for each item. So I wrote a function to check the top, check the bottom, check the right, and check the left. I had trouble like setting the row in, like which row is incrementing or which index is incrementing, whether the row index or the column index. Because, let's see, let me close these. Let's see. So all the trees are visible from the edge. So I automatically set the solution. I made a solution grid. The solution grid will set a 1 to whether or not that tree is visible from the edge. So if I do it, if I output this, and return it, solution. So like this is the top row, the left column, right, the leftmost column, rightmost column. So that's how I did it initially, since for the solution grid. And then I made a double array for this. I'm not checking 0 or the last index since we already know they're visible. And then you check each direction. And if they're visible, you set it equal to 1. Something to note here. We return immediately if it's false. So as soon as it runs into a tree that is less than, smaller than, you return false. As in, it's not valid. It's not visible. And yeah, I mean, I think this is pretty straightforward. And then, let's see if we output the sample. Well, let me see. Yeah, so this is a solution grid. It tells you how many trees were visible using the sample input they gave us. And then if we use the input, you could see like, since the input is like so much bigger, look at this. You could see like the output. Let me see. Let me run that for y'all. I mean, again, I don't know, like I think I'm probably approaching Ruby the wrong way, because I'm approaching it as is like I would code like a C#. I'm approaching the problems as in like if I was coding a C# but I'm coding in Ruby, but I don't know all the like Ruby tricks yet. Like I've seen people solve this in 2 lines or whatever. So if I run the input, yeah, you can see like the solution grid, which is wild. And then it tells me the count. Where are we? What's the count? Did I already put the count? Oh, here, 1672 is the count. Yeah, and that was my answer. For part 2, let me see if I remember. We're multiplying. I'm looking up, its view is blocked at 2 trees. By another tree with a height of 5 looking left. The tree CMX score is 8. So that's how many trees you can see from that current index. So how I solved it was day 8, part 2. I think I pretty much kept the same code, except I have a tree count. I'm returning the tree count instead of true or false. So I check the top. I'm multiplying each direction result. And I'm breaking as soon as I run into a tree that is the same height or bigger, or bigger. And yep, I think this day was pretty straightforward. I feel like it's easier than day 7. I haven't taken a look at day 9 yet, so I'll see how much more complex it is. I also realized I haven't attached my GitHub to any of the video descriptions, so from now on I'll attach my GitHub code, the GitHub link to these there. So yeah, that was day 8. Moving on.